Hi, hello, how are you? I hope you're okay. I hope you're fine. I'm okay. I'm fine. And today we are back in the car for another chit chat video. I want to talk about my newest GJ mix that came out a month ago. It's part of the Novisa GJ Mix series. Novisa is a US based party, and they also have this DJ series on Apple Music, and I had the opportunity to create one set for them for the third season of the series on Apple Music. I really love this mix and I'm really proud of it, and that's probably why I want to talk about it today. It's kind of a deep dive and insight um, about the DJ mix. How I want to break it down, I want to talk first about the background of the mix, like how I came about it, then the track list, and how I feel overall about the mix. Right. So for the background, I am an African electronic music DJ, if I can say it like that. My sweet spot, let's say, most of the time is like the 125, 130 BPM. So now, more and more, I'm trying, or I really want to play above that. I want to play past 130. I want to play 140, 160. I want to find tracks that I like that are that fast and just include them in my set and make that journey from my comfort zone to more exploration, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's where I am at right now. I'm trying to play more fast beats. So when I got the opportunity to do that set, I really wanted to showcase that goal of mine to play those tracks that are in that range of BPM. So I'm really proud that the collection of this set is that, because I started at 130 and I ended at 160 with the primitivist. Is that how you pronounce it? I think that's how you pronounce the title of the last track. That's the idea behind the set. Me trying to leave my sweet spot behind and go beyond and run in another direction. And I think I succeeded, if I can say so myself. You tell me. The tracklist of this set is mainly from African producers and producers from the diaspora. There's a lot of fusion, like blends in between genres. There's some tracks that you cannot really tell, like you can't box them into one genre. Like when you listen to them, it's just they are all over the place, and I really love that. There's a couple of remixes, yeah, and it just it starts slow. So the set start. I'm not going to say that it starts slow because it starts at 130, so it's already fast paced. But the energy is calm, and then like there's this break at some point with one specific song, and then from that song it goes up. I would I will draw something for you so you understand what I'm saying. So it goes up and then hits steady the whole mid section of the mix. So like around 10 tracks back to back is very steady. And then it goes up again and then it stay there, you know. That's how I created the mix, because what I do sometimes is that I function by waves, and like the waves will come and then just rest a bit and then go again and whatever. That's how sometimes or most of the time I create my mixes, and I wanted those breaking points. Even when it's steady, there's like this one track that is just going to be a little bit like there's less that is going to happen in that track. There's a lot of repetition, the same thing, and I would just let it go. Like I would just drag it for a long time before doing the transition, because I want that monotony. Like I actually want it. I want that repetition. I want that monotony. I want that break. And then out of nowhere, so to speak, there's like a transition coming, and then we are going back up, and it goes like that. So yeah, like you have those section in the mix that I really really enjoy. I also wanted to talk about the process of recording the set. So the thing with me and recording is that I am a perfectionist and a control freak when it comes to recording set that are going to be listened to casually. Like, you know, sets where it's not at the rave or at the party or just like in an after work or at the restaurant. Like, it's gonna be listened as a piece of work on its own, and all the details really count because people hold attention mostly, I think, will be on the set. Like there's no other distraction, and I really want the experience to be like the best possible. So for this set specifically, I think I recorded this mix 4 times. And mind you, it's a 1 hour mix. So I did the first draft, I listened to it, and I was like, it's not giving what I want it to give. Like I had this first set list, and then when I did the first draft, I listened to it and I was like, okay, this one song is not working with the rest of them. And for example, there's the two first tracks. In the first draft, the second was the first and the first was the second in the way I did it. And then I listened to it and I was like, I really wanted that second track to be the opener, because in my head it's the opener. But you gotta realize that it's not working. And then when I switched position of those two tracks, it worked better. And I was like, damn, okay, fine, I will do it that way. So I did it that way and it was working even better. And I was like, okay, whatever. But I really, really wanted that second track to be the opener, but I just had to realize that he could not be the opener, could not be the intro, so I had to move on. So I changed the position and it worked, and I was relieved because I didn't want to look for all the tracks to be my opener, because I really wanted those two tracks in this mix. Because while I was searching for music for that specific mix, I listened back to some of the tracks that are already put in some of my playlists, and I came across this specific EP that I had saved a while ago, and I think I didn't listen to all of the song in it. I just saved one song from that EP, and I was like, okay, let me listen to everything. And then I listened to everything and I was like, there's nasty things in here. Like, there's nasty, weird ass things here. Let me grab everything. So I got the other tracks. Yeah, there's that. And the last track as well of the set, I knew that I wanted that track to be the last track. Because when I listened to it the first time, and it just made me stop whatever I was doing, I just stopped and I was like, what is this track? Like, where are you from? I was like, nasty.
Wait a damn minute. What?
My goal was to finish with that track. So whatever I was doing before, it had to come at the end. It had to fit, and it fitted. I love music, bro. I love music so much. Anyway, as I was saying, and then I did that humongous tangent. I recorded that set 4 times. The first one, I like the vibe. I could understand the vibe, but it wasn't the vibe for the final product. So I had to do it again and again and again, I think. Like either 3 times or 4 times. And then I think I went for the second draft because when I did the last one and I listened to it, I was like, okay, that is too perfect. That is too polished. I don't like it because every time I do one, I will listen to it again and realize what's working, what's not working, what I would like to change, and then I'll make those corrections in the next one. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't because it's timing and everything. And the last one, when I listened to it, I was like, no, nah. But the second and the third one was the one. So that's the one I sent to the Novisa team. And I really love that one. Um, what I learned during recording that set, I just I just learned few new tricks in my own way of playing, which is cool, which are things that are worth noting, and also be more playful around just playful around playing with my controller, all the shortcuts and everything, because there's at one of the transition there's one specific part of the next song that I didn't want to hear. Like just I just didn't. I wanted this part to be extracted from the track, and I didn't want to have it in my transition. So I had to beat jump. But the way I had to beat jump is that I was doing a loop before, and I had to just keep counting. And I was stressed because if I wasn't, clicking on that next beat on time, the whole record would have been off and I would have to stop and start over. I didn't want to do that, so I was so stressed that I was counting, and then I just like click on it and it was on time, and I was like, you know what? Nasty. Let's continue. Because that 4-beat thing that I just dreamt out of, it just didn't make sense in my mix. Like the song is great, the track is great, but that part I just didn't need it. So I needed to find a way to do my loop and then logically go away from that point to another point on time. And it was a lot of, you know, yeah, that was fun. That was fun. But yeah, just like trusting your instinct, not be afraid to move things around, especially because it's something that you record at home. So not stopping to the first draft and just keep going until you like it. And when you want it to make sense in some kind of way, you have to really be um thinking about the details and how one song is going into the order, and if that the specific space or place where you want that track to be within the set, it has to make some type of sense for you and like for however you want the set to be received. And this set for me is this expansion of my sound, and showing that expansion can always happen, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to be too philosophical about this TJ mix. I just wanted the set to be also just it keeps coming. It keeps getting harder and harder and faster, but at a well controlled pace. And that's exactly what I think I achieved. If you listen to it, please come back and tell me if I'm right or what you think overall. Um, but yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about this. How I feel overall is that where I was coming from with that said, that idea of exploring more African electronic music that is not necessarily South African electronic music, but all around the continent and even beyond the continent. I've been able to find tracks that fit that prompt, I guess, and like put them together and do that set. When people listen to that set, I really want them to feel good and keep dancing for the whole hour. I think I'm still looking or still polishing my way of playing, and this set in particular, when I listen to it now, is something that just makes me feel good overall and show me that I can play those fast track my way. And yeah, I'm really happy about it. Hope you like it when you play it after watching this video. But yeah, I see you. Bye.